Everyone, welcome back to the Highly Sensitive Healer YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, like and share this video, turn on those notification bells. With all of that being said, I wanted to jump into today's video, which is going to be about more in detail of boundary setting when it comes to the workplace. And if you're someone that's gone through narcissistic abuse or you're going through CPTSD or complex PTSD. And what I wanted to share is, and this is strictly from my own experience only, the other day I had a boundary that I set myself and I needed to relay to my manager. And it was that I didn't feel comfortable checking on customers in the fitting room area, because I'm sure you can understand that, a lot can go wrong in that area because people are getting undressed and they're changing and they're trying things on. With the doors all closed, but it's part of our job and my responsibility to check on those people to make sure that they're okay. And I asked my manager, the way that I approached her was not of like, hey, I don't want to do this type thing. It was like, hey, is there an alternative way that we can both meet in the middle and, come up with like a solution to this, because I don't feel comfortable doing this. And my manager came up with, well, of course there is. You can just stand in the hallway and just make a general announcement to all the fitting room area, and ask them if they needed any more sizes, if they're doing okay in there, and just make a general announcement in the hallway area instead of knocking on the door specifically to each one and saying the same thing. And I was like, great, I can do that. That's not going above my boundary or through my boundary. It's that's still maintaining it. And I felt comfortable with it. I felt good with it. I felt uncomfortable in the beginning bringing this subject up in the first place. I felt uncomfortable with this, and now I feel more comfortable, which is something I often let you guys know about. Is it's important to get comfortable with being uncomfortable while you're healing. And once it was done and said and done, now I feel a lot more comfortable doing that. And I feel more comfortable with the next thing that I may have to do the same exact thing or something, something around the same thing with my manager. And that is like setting another boundary and maintaining that boundary as well. So, I felt so good after that. And that was like the first thing in the morning that I brought that up with her. And it was great. And she understood where I was coming from as well. And she's like, oh no, this is what we can do instead. This is what you can do instead. It's fine. I understand. She's like, I understand. So, I was so proud of myself for doing that. And even though I felt uncomfortable bringing this up, I still did it. I still went ahead and brought this up and, basically squashed it. And I not only set a boundary with her, but I'm going to be able to maintain that boundary at the same time. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying. So I set the boundary with her by saying that I don't feel comfortable doing it. And is there another way that I can do it that I would feel more comfortable doing? And she came up with that solution, and I felt comfortable with that. So now I know going forward that boundary won't be tested and trampled on, because I had that solution of going in the hallway, making a general announcement to all the fitting rooms, and I can accomplish the same exact thing. And it's already been basically okayed and acknowledged by my store manager. So maybe this is something that all of you, the reason I'm sharing all of this is not only am I proud of myself for it and I want to share it with all of you, but also maybe some of you out there can take this example and put it to your own experience right now in the workplace or even in your personal life, and take this example and run with it. And maybe when you're setting that, so set that boundary, and when you're trying to maintain that boundary at the same time, maybe you can come up with a solution, or ask your manager or the person that's in charge if, what are the other options that we can do that will still accomplish the same exact thing that we're trying to accomplish. I think that's huge. It's definitely huge for me. And if setting boundaries and maintaining those boundaries in the workplace, especially if not in your personal life, is difficult for you, please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I respond back to all comments. Guys, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Like, share this video, turn on those notification bells. I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with, and that is, of course, be kind to others, but most of all, please be kind to yourselves. It's known as self-compassion. Take care, everybody.